It was actually an interview that Dominik Mysterio did where he
Oh,
said about CM Punk, "I think we both just mutually hate each other equally." Quote, "I effing hate CM Punk. I don't know what it is about that guy. I don't know if it's because he looks like Eddie Munster and I want to kick him in the effing face, or the fact that everyone is like, he finally did it. He finally got his WrestleMania main event. Good for you, old man. 60 years old. It took you what, 45 years to accomplish your goal? It's about time." It's what they say about babies. When they have tantrums, you give them what they want so they shut the F up. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. That's why he needed a favor from Paul Heyman. There's a reason he's never been in the main event. You call yourself the best in the world. I don't need to go around calling myself the best in the world. People know I'm better than the best. I don't need to call myself the best in the world at 70 years old. People do it for me. You have Cena talking about me, JBL, AJ Styles, legends talking about me. I don't need to do it for myself or say these things about me because people say it for me. My work speaks for itself. Here you go with CM Punk. I could go on this rant forever. I need to stop myself. So it's clearly him angling for a program with CM Punk, but it's done so well that no one's going to throw the flag, Eric. This is great stuff.
no, and I guess I didn't pick up that it was from an interview because I saw it on an X post and
Yeah.
assumed incorrectly that that's what it was. But this was a post based on an interview. It still works.
Yes, it does.
And it's so because it came from an interview, obviously it was authentic and didn't feel like somebody wrote it for him. That's the
Right.
worst thing in the world
Yes.
to have somebody else writing your stuff and posting it as you because you just it doesn't connect the same and people know it. But that was so well done. It's such a great opportunity. But there were you said the same, or he said the same thing twice, and you repeated it there. I don't need to do it for me, or I don't need to do it myself. Others do it for me.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting take. I didn't even notice it yesterday. And I'm not going to mention a name here out of respect, but a good friend of mine, hugely successful in the wrestling business. One time I pulled him aside and said, quit putting yourself over because wrestlers are trained, especially ones that have been around for a long time. Get yourself over, get your camera time. You know what I mean? You got to get yourself over. And it's true, but how you get yourself over is the other part of the equation, right? And what I said to this individual was stop putting yourself over. Learn to let other people do it for you. They want to do it for you. This guy was getting good reactions. I mean, great reactions, but he worked so hard at drawing attention to those reactions and putting himself over. He was not intentionally taking away the fun of it for the fans. Like, if you're going to put yourself over, why do I have to? It's a really good point Dominik made there. And he made it twice, which suggests to me that, somebody's been talking to him because it's a true thing. Getting yourself over, it's more than just stacking up wins or doing, crazy stuff in a ring. That's part of it, obviously, unquestionably. But it's not the 100% of it. The other part is as much psychology as there is in the ring. And the minute you figure that out, this individual figured it out. And it changed him almost overnight in terms of the way people reacted to him. He just quit putting himself over and let the audience do it for him. Hats off, Dominik. You got your shit together, bud.
Somebody else who has their shit together is Braun Strowman. I can't believe this is real, but we were just talking about his release, and now we're talking about his return. Earlier this week, we saw a report that said during today's NBC upfronts, it was announced that a new WWE produced series starring Braun Strowman would debut on the USA Network this fall, despite Strowman's recent release from WWE. It's called Everything on the Menu with Braun Strowman. Everything on the Menu with Braun Strowman is a new food format with a big appetite. Each episode joined WWE legend Braun Strowman as he eats his way across America while on the road for WWE, ordering everything on the menu and trying to get down every last bite. Everything on the Menu with Braun Strowman is produced by WWE Studios and Bright North Studios. Listen, I think the internet was disappointed largely when they saw that Braun Strowman was no longer going to be a part of WWE. But hearing that, hey, he's still got some income coming in, he's still going to keep his name out there, and he's still using the WWE name and working on WWE projects. This isn't the heartbreak, perhaps, that we all thought it was. I, for one, am glad to hear that Braun Strowman is still under the WWE tent.
I'm anxious to see this format because I love good food shows. And for years, when I have free time and just, thinking about random things, I often go back to a format that Jason Hervey and I created. Jason really more than me. This one, because Jason was working on our behalf with Food Channel. And they were looking for all kinds of cool new formats, right, for the Food Channel. And we came up with one called Food Fight. And it was essentially, two teams of wrestlers, competing with their dishes, and, audience gets to make the final, call for the winner and all that. But just bringing that wrestling energy to it, and the banter and kind of the promos and all the other really cool stuff that wrestlers are capable of doing. So I love that idea of tying wrestlers into a food format. So I'm really anxious to see this and happy for Braun, man. I don't know that this is I think this is kind of an upward lateral move.
Yes.
Such a thing. Because now he's reaching a different audience. He's reached the wrestling audience, and he's had whatever success or whatever he had there, which was fantastic, or he wouldn't be in the position he's in. But this is a different audience, which means he's going to have an opportunity to grow as a talent and get some experience doing something different. You never know when those opportunities can bring out the best of your character, and you learn to use that character in a different way, and it can take you in a million different directions. So I would be really excited if I was Braun. I'd be kind of relieved because now he's competing, for a role, so to speak, or success, because the show has to succeed if he's going to. But it's a different kind of competition. So I'm excited for him, man. I don't even know the cat. I'm excited for him.
I mean, it is man versus food, but now it's Braun versus food. I mean, but this is just a spinoff. I mean, it is a copycat of man versus food.
Everything's a copycat of something.
Yes.
When it comes to TV formats, please call me the first time you see something that you haven't ever seen before.
Want to give a shout out to our live studio audience. Again, our topic today is Dustin Rhodes, but we are live on YouTube at 83weeks.com. Want to give a shout out to Efren, who's showing some love for the adfreeshows.com family. Greatly appreciate you, Efren. Thank you for being here with us. Rocco Stone 98 has some well wishes. He says, Eric, I heard about your next business endeavor. Wishing you and the Hulkster the best, and hope you both take this opportunity to enjoy each other's company and make new memories together. I guess you're seeing a lot of people reach out with similar sentiments these days, aren't you?
Thank you, Rocco. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of that. I'm getting there's a lot of hate out there in the internet wrestling community. So plenty of that, but it's par for the course. You go with that. Social media, it is what it is. But I really appreciate the support, and what matters is the people that really matter are supporting us. And the amateur wrestling community, not just here in the United States, and I'm not having to deal with it because I'm not dealing with the athletes directly. Izzy Martinez is, and Chad Bronstein, but we're getting calls from some of the biggest names in the world: Russia, Japan. That one was a really interesting one, Mr. Ono. So many, India, some of the greatest athletes in freestyle wrestling in the world are now coming to us and looking for an opportunity. That's pretty exciting.
We're helping people save money at savewithconrad.com. And with all the economic turmoil going on the last few weeks and all the uncertainty it brings, here's one thing that is certain: your home is still worth more than what you paid for it. According to the Zillow Home Value Index, the value of your home is still going up year over year, which means you're most likely sitting on untapped equity. Did you purchase your home or refinance it a few years back and got one of those really low COVID interest rates, and now maybe you're worried about giving it up? Well, here's something to think about. While the interest on your mortgage payment is low, the interest you're paying on your credit card balances is most likely wiping out those savings and then some. So what's more important, clinging on to that low rate or saving money each month? Let's talk about using the equity you've built up in your home and rolling all that debt into one lower monthly payment. Someone who just did that was our man Andrew, a maintenance worker in Tennessee. He needed to pay off some debt, and he needed to get a new roof and some new floors for his home. So instead of taking out more debt to do these upgrades, he came to SaveWithConrad.com to use the equity he's built up in his home and do a refinance. SaveWithConrad.com helped him accomplish all of those upgrades he wanted on his home. He paid off his debt, and now he's saving over $400 a month. He even got to skip his next 2 house payments. And you can do it too. Go right now to SaveWithConrad.com and let my team run the numbers for you for free. There's no cost and no obligation. And if we can't help you save some money today, we won't waste your time. It doesn't cost a thing to look, and you've got nothing to lose except some crazy high interest rates on those credit cards. You know you can do better. Start saving money today for your family with my family at SaveWithConrad.com. NMLS number 2129, Equal Housing Lender.